Hello, good morning students, and welcome back once again to another video for the class 10 of light chapter. And today we are studying a bit further, but let's once again revise the previous topics that we studied in the last video, which are quite important for this one as well. So let's recall them one by one. We studied about spherical mirrors. We have two types of spherical mirrors: concave mirror, in which shiny surface is curved inwards, and we have convex mirror in which shiny surface is curved outwards. Okay. We have principal axis which passes through the center of the spherical mirrors at point P, which is pole. Over here as well, point P, which is pole. Since these spherical mirrors are part of a sphere, that sphere has a center which is called center of curvature. In this case, once again we have center of curvature, but behind, because the spherical mirror in this case is that side over here, like this way. Okay. So center of curvature for a convex mirror is always behind the mirror. Understood? And for the concave mirror, it is always in front of the mirror. Now remember, whenever we are drawing the diagrams related to the spherical mirrors, we always keep the mirror in the right, like this, and then we bring the rays of light from the left hand side, in this way as well. The concave convex mirror is this way, and we bring the rays of light from the left side to the right side towards the mirror. Okay? Now, moving further, we know that whenever a ray of light, when it is incident on a mirror, it passes through a point which is called principal focus or focus point. Okay? And in this case, the focus point does not actually create a converging point for the light, because the mirror is a diverging mirror, and that is why the rays of light will diverge. But if we take a dotted line where the rays of light seem to meet the principal axis, then that point is principal focus once again, or focus point. Okay? We have this part, that is radius of curvature. Okay? This length, that is from focus to pole, that is focal length, given by the symbol small f. Okay? Similarly over here as well, this is from pole to center of curvature, we have radius of curvature, and from focus point to pole we have focal length. Still, if you are having any doubts, you can mention them in the comment section and I will be happy to answer. But once we start the image formation, it will be much more clearer for you. Okay? Now the image formation, we will have to understand how the rays of light react when they are incident on this type of spherical mirrors. So one by one we will check the different cases. So let's remove all of this confusion and let's get going. Okay, so first case, when a ray of light is parallel to the principal axis. This is our principal axis, okay? And when a ray of light is parallel to this axis, so let's say that there is a parallel ray of light approaching the mirror. In this case as well, when it is approaching the mirror, which is parallel to the principal axis. And whenever this happens, the rays of light, after reflecting from the mirror, will always pass through focus. I repeat once again, when a ray of light is parallel to principal axis, after falling on the mirror and reflecting, it will always pass through the focus point. In this case as well, but because this is a diverging mirror, the ray of light will diverge like this, and when we take an assumption, or when we assume the ray of light, when we trace its path where it was going, then we can see that once again it will pass through principal focus from this point. I hope it is clear to you students. So when the ray of light is parallel, incident to the spherical mirrors, it will always pass through focus point. I hope that is clear to you students. Okay. The next one is the exact opposite. When a ray of light passes through focus, so let's say we have a ray of light that passes through focus like this, okay, then it will become parallel. So if we have a ray of light which is passing through focus point, then it will become parallel. So in this case, we have a ray of light, this one, it is passing through focus and then incident on the mirror, then it will become parallel to principal axis. In this case, same thing once again. Let's imagine that there is a ray of light which seems to pass through the focus point. Then after being incident on the mirror, it will reflect back and it will become parallel to principal axis. So the first case was when it is parallel to the principal axis, it passes through the focus point. In the second case, if the ray of light is passing through the focus point, then after reflection it becomes parallel. Exact opposite. Okay. Now third case is very easy and simple to understand. So when the ray of light passes through center of curvature and then incident on the mirror. Okay. So this is very easy. Suppose we have a ray of light which is passing through center of curvature and being incident on the mirror. Then it will see no deflection. It will follow back the same path. That means if the ray of light is incident this way, then it will fall on the mirror and it will reflect back. In the same path. I hope it is clear to you students. Okay? When the ray of light passes through the center of curvature, it does not reflect and does not create an angle of incidence, and it just moves back on the same path where it came from. Okay? Similar in this case as well. Let's imagine a ray of light, let's say coming this way, and it is passing through center of curvature, then going this way and coming back on the same path. It will not change its path. It will just touch the mirror and fall back on the same path. I hope it is clear. So we saw three cases. Let's revise them once again. If it is parallel to principal axis, then it will pass through focus. If the ray of light is passing through focus and then incident on the mirror, then it will reflect back and become parallel. Same is the case for convex mirror as well. Okay. And the third one is if the ray of light is passing through center of curvature. In both the cases, then it will not reflect here and there. It will trace back on the same path. It will go back on the same path. Okay. And the last one, the last case is that if a ray of light is incident on the pole, if it is directly incident on the pole, then what will happen? Okay. So in this case, in this particular case, the principal axis act as normal. So the 8th standard, this will become angle of incidence and it will reflect back like this, and this will become angle of reflection. So these two will be same. I hope it is clear to you students. In this case, again the same thing. If the ray of light is incident on pole, then this will become angle of incidence. Principal axis will act as normal and the ray of light will reflect back and this will become angle of reflection. I hope it is clear to you students. Okay, let's revise these 4 topics once again because this is really important. Okay. Okay students, so here are all the diagrams that I just taught you separately so that it is clearer for you to understand. First for a concave mirror and then for a convex mirror. Second case concave mirror, convex mirror. Third case concave mirror and convex mirror. Similarly for the final case concave mirror and convex mirror, so that it is easier for you to understand and the differences between the two. Okay. First case, if the ray of light is parallel to the principal axis, this one, this is our principal axis. Okay. So if the ray of light is parallel to the principal axis, then after being incident on the mirror, it will pass through focus. Same is over here. As you can see, this ray of light is parallel to the principal axis. It is parallel to the principal axis. And as you can see, after being incident on the mirror, it goes away in such a way that it is passing through focus. Now because this is a convex mirror, it is going to diverge. But when we extend the diverged ray of light, it will pass through focus, just as you can see over here. Okay, like this. In both the cases, whether it is actually passing through focus or it is seeming to pass through focus, in the same way, first case and second case, they both are similar. In both the cases, ultimately, if the ray of light is parallel, it will pass through focus. Okay? In the second case, if the ray of light is incident on the mirror while passing through focus, okay, in first case it was parallel, and after reflection it is going to pass through focus point. But in the second case, if it is passing through focus point, then after incident it will become parallel. Same thing over here, if it is passing through focus or it seems to pass through focus, then after reflection it will become parallel. Okay? In the third case, if it is passing through center of curvature, then the ray of light will fall back on the same path. It will not move here and there. So if the ray of light passes through center of curvature, the reflected ray of light will also pass through center of curvature. Same thing over here for the convex mirror. As you can see, the ray of light seems to pass through center of curvature, as you can see. So it will follow back the same path it came from. Okay? For concave and convex. And ultimately the last case where the principal axis acts as a normal, and when a ray of light is incident on the pole, at that point it will create angle of incidence. Then the reflected ray of light will create angle of reflection. Okay? Similarly over here as well, if the ray of light passes through pole or incident on pole, then the reflected ray of light will be created in such a way that the normal creates angle of incidence and angle of reflection. So I hope it is clear to you, students. These are the 4 cases to remember before we move forward, and these are really important. Please do check your textbooks once again. They have the similar diagrams. Okay, it might be that they would have drawn from the bottom part as well of the principal axis or from the upper part. It doesn't make any difference. As long as it is passing through focus or center of curvature of the given points, they will follow the rules. These are the rules that you are supposed to keep in mind while drawing the images when we move further with the image formation of the objects with the help of mirrors. Okay? That's all for today, students. Have a nice day.